Hey friends, in this video I'm going to show you how you can add these really nice looking product slider sections. This is how they look on mobile. They're honestly really smooth to use and you can add them directly inside your theme customizer. So I'll show you how you can add them to your theme in a second. But before even diving into that, I wanted to cover why you would use the section. On popular themes like Horizon, you can add a product carousel that looks pretty great out of the box. But part of the issue is that you can't actually add or choose specific products that you want to include. Instead, you can really only add an entire collection of products. So let's say though, like for example, on your homepage or on a product page, you want to only display certain products and not every product in a certain collection. And you want to choose which products you want to display in which order. Well, that's why I've developed these slider sections. So you'll notice that in each one of the sections, and I'll show you how you can add again the section in just a moment. You'll notice that when I hover over each one of these groups, I'm dynamically pulling in whatever product I want to and not necessarily an entire collection. I think that this is really important, and I noticed that other sites such as, Ritual do something similar where they have like this you might also like product slider section. So if you had a certain product page or on a home page or a collection page, you wanted to choose which products you wanted to, slot into the slider section, you could do that with the section that I'll show you how to install in a moment here. So with that all being said, if I go over here into the Shopify App Store, full transparency, I developed this app called Flexi, which allows you to add sections directly into your theme, specifically slider sections. So if you want to add the section that I showed you at the beginning of this video inside your theme, you can start a free trial and then it is just $12 per month. Once the app is installed, you'll have to go through just a quick onboarding, and then you can then add in the section through this panel over here. And if you go down, the section that I've added in today is called Product Slider. So you'll notice that what I've done is I've selected my theme, which is Horizon at the moment, and then I hit Add Section, and then it added the section directly into my theme. Once the section is installed and you see it saying active over here, you'll want to hop back over into the theme customizer, and then you'll want to go in and hit add section and then scroll down to where you see Flexi sections, and then you'll want to add in the product slider. So this is how it looks out of the box, which honestly it's not too bad. It looks pretty professional, and the easiest way to get up and running with it would be to go over to the left-hand panel here, and you'll notice that I have this outer layer called product slider. Then I have this slider layout layer, which holds all the different cards. And then in each one of the cards, we have this group that comprises of the product. So if you wanted to add in your products, you would just select each one of the groups, go in the top right-hand corner here, and then select a product. So I'm going to do that for my first group here, and I'm going to select this really beautiful vase. You'll notice that the price updates and the text changes to the product title text. But there's one thing that you might be thinking at this point, which is I want to add in a badge, or I want to add in a description. Like I notice over here with Ritual that they have this little call out underneath the product title that says essential for women or gut health and so on. If I navigate back over into here, in each one of the groups we can actually add in a block, and we can add in either a block that is built by your theme or a Flexi block. And so I will add in a Flexi block, and I will add in a text block. Once the text block is added, I'm just going to adjust the color just to make it a little more muted. I'm just going to drag down the font size to 12, not 100, but 12. And I'm going to make the text say like new base. And I'm going to drag that just above the product title here. And now you'll notice we've now added in this custom text block within our product card. Now, I want to give you a few tips to allow you to edit, your carousels faster. And the first tip is to, like, once you have this first card built, it could be a lot of work to go through each card. Well, what we could do is instead of, recreating the text within this group, we could go over to this, to the group that we've edited, go into the top right-hand corner and then hit duplicate. Once it's duplicated, you'll notice that the style is carried over. So that is tip number 1. Tip number 2 is that you may want to display a different product image opposed to the one that comes as default. So if you want to display a different product image, what you can do is actually drag in your own product image. So I'm just going to drag in this face over here, and then you'll notice that the original photo was now changed to this photo because we want to actually display this version of the vase instead of the other one that displayed by default. So that's tip number 2. Now, a bonus tip is in the future, we'll have obviously more presets for each one of these slider sections, so you can just choose whatever preset you would like. But for now, if you want to customize, more slider settings, what you can do is go over into the layout group over here, and you can edit the slider settings. So you may want this to autoplay and loop, for example, and you can also even adjust the arrow settings. If you found this video useful and you are constantly working inside the Shopify Theme Customizer, my YouTube channel is all about the Shopify Theme Customizer, ways to add sections, ways to edit sections, different theme editing techniques that you haven't heard of, even light code techniques that may help you with customizing your theme. So if that sounds of interest to you, I highly recommend you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Awesome. Cheers.